Good morning, friends. In this video lecture, we just try to discuss what is leadership, culture, and ethics and diversity. Learning outcome of this chapter include first explain the power of culture in the strategy education process. Second, describe the characteristic of low and high performing culture. Third, distinguish between symbolic and sus- substantive leadership action for shaping organizational culture. Fourth, briefly describe the four types of culture commonly found in organization. Fifth, describe Hofstede theory of natural national culture identity. uh, Sixth topic, briefly explain example of organizational practices that can help and foster an ethical work environment. Seventh topic, discuss the validity of assertion that authentic leadership has its root in moral and ethical theory of leadership. 8. Explain the benefit of embracing diversity. Ninth topic, describe the key factor that can enhance and support a pro diversity culture. And 10th topic, last one, define the key term listed at the end of this chapter. So, first of all, we start with what is organizational culture. We all know very well culture means a privilege, belief, norms, value system within the organization, and which enforce people to collaborate and work together, right? Here normal the concept of organizational culture is given. We just go through it. It is aggregate of belief, norm, attitude, value, assumption, and why of doing thing that is said by member of an organization and taught to new member. Cultural value are often anchored in the moral custom and practices of the organization. It means we are able to identify the uh, picture of culture in our practices through the way of custom and moral and the practices which is adopted by organization. Give a meaning to each individual membership in the workplace, and in so doing define the organizational essential purpose is recognized as a source of competitive advantage, right? So we can utilize a proper organizational culture for the purpose of getting competitive advantage. We can create a unique culture in our organization, and through the way of unique culture we are able to beat our competitor. The power of culture, it means what culture can do for the organization. A deeply rooted culture that is well matched to strategy and external trend environmental trend is a strong recipe for successful strategy education. It means your culture play a vital role in designing strategy as well as in implementing or executing strategy. A weak or shallow root culture can become an obstacle to successful strategy education. It means if your strategy is proper, but your your organizational culture is not proper and not suitable as per your cultural requirement, as per your strategic requirement, you are not able to be successful in a longer period of time. For the purpose of executing or implementing your strategy, you need to design a unique culture for your organization. Culture serve two important function in organization. First one is it create internal unity. It is useful for creating unity in your organization. If you want to create such sort of fostering environment, united environment, you require proper culture. And second thing, it helps the organization to adapt the external environment or environmental changes. You want to adapt any sort of change which happen in external environment. You require a proper manpower, human resource, with a proper value system, with a proper moral, with a proper belief. So it is mandatory for creating unity as well as to adapt any sort of any type of change. Here we defining low and high performing culture. The strength of any culture depend on the degree to which a set of norms and value are widely said and strongly held throughout the organization. Right. Uh, uh, Here two type of culture is defined. One is a low performing culture and high performing culture. A low performing culture means those culture who are adapting the value, norms, procedure, belief and value system in a very basic way, in a low way. If you are strongly adapt any value, any sort of action, any moral, any principle, it means your culture is high performing culture, right? A weak culture symbolize a lack of agreement on key value norms among its member. If your whole employee are not agree on a single topic, on a single norms, on a single principle, that means your culture performing very low. But your organization or your employee, if they are strongly agree on a single norms or a single procedure on a single policy, it means your organization is, your culture is performing very high, right? Here the characteristic of high performing culture is defined. A culture a reinforcement tool that include ceremonies highlight dramatic example of what the firm value, recognize and celebrate high performing employee and help creating an emotional bond among all employee. It means you are able to create high performing culture through the way of uh, by organizing various type of ceremony, various type of function, various type of training program, right, which boost your emotional bond, which create a emotional bond among your employee. A leaders tell story to a new employee to illustrate the firm's primary value and provide a shared understanding among worker. Means here the leader play vital role for boosting high performing culture, right? So here leader can tell a good story regarding their value system which is adopted by organization. Next, firm also use symbol, specialized language such as slogan to convey meaning and value. Also we can utilize various slogan for the purpose of creating unique identity of our culture, for the purpose of communicating the same culture with our new employee, right? So here symbol and specialized language like so slogan play vital role. This type of thing you cannot identify in a low performing culture, right? Okay. Next topic, a substantive leadership action for sharing culture. Matching HR practices to culture. The strongest sign of commitment to creating a new culture is replacing old culture or members unwilling to change with a new breed of employee. Leaders can influence culture by setting new criteria for managing employee, matching operating policy and practices to the new culture, policy on a budget, planning report and performance review emphasize aspect of the organizational new learning culture. It means you are just try to replace your existing practices with a new practices, right? So you have to modify all the thing, you have to communicate the same thing with your new employee. Matching work environment design to culture. In communicating an employee friendly culture in the design of facility design and comfort of work setting, a common eating facility for all employee, no special parking area, an open office layout with a few wall separating employee with value for open communication. It means you can set a open culture, right, through the way of modifying your existing practices. For this purpose, you can modify this and this thing. That include, you can create a common facility, eating facility for whole staff. No separate um, no separate eating facility for a class 1 officer, for a class 2 officer. It is common for all, right? Second thing, no special parking. Here we can identify a class of parking in a company where employee can park their vehicle in a different place, while officer park their vehicle on a different place. It is not good sign. It is not a symbol of open culture, right? So we can remove this type of boundary. Next, you can set your office layout in such way that create common culture, open culture for all. It means you have to set minimum offices. You just try to avoid the difference between employee and officer through the way of reducing the boundaries of office or layout of office. A symbolic leadership action for shipping culture. Leaders serve as a role model. uh, we are able to understand the thing that the role of leader for a shaping culture is very high. The symbolic role of leader is very high in designing or shaping culture. Leaders serve as a role model. We understand it very well. Employee learn what is valued most in an organization by watching what attitude and behavior leader pay attention to and reward, and whether the leader own behavior met the adopted values or not. Celebrating achievement and milestone. Ceremony reinforce specific value and create emotional bond by allowing employee to share important meeting. A national culture identities Hofstede value dimension. A national value and norms determine what kind of attitude and behavior are accepted or appropriate. The people of particular culture are specialized into national value as they grow up. Norms and social guidelines prescribe how member of nation would behave toward each other. A significant difference between national culture exists and make a difference in how leader and employee behave in organization. How to sustain in organizational culture, that include define a strategic plan for implementing company's culture, use well trained and experienced employee to train hire new employee, make sure that employee at all level know what the culture is and accept it. Institute a system by which new employee learn the right and unright parameter of culture, written and unwritten parameter of culture. Individualistic to collectivism culture. Here both the things are described. First one is individualism culture and collectivism culture. A psychological state in which people see themselves first as an individual and believe their own interest and value are primary. It means if the people believe in his or herself, they are work for own interests. It is called individualism. You can find various countries like United States, Great Britain, and Canada. Like this type of country, we know that we understand and we know that the people resident in this country believe in individualism. we always find a lot of people, oh, total people who are separated from their parents, right? They are right. So it is called individualism, while in collectivism, the state of mind wherein the value and goal of the group, whether external, extended family, ethical group, or company, are primary. For example, Greece, Japan, and Mexico, where all people try to prefer to live in a group. We can say in joint family. India is also a country where collectivism play vital role. Collectivism culture is identified. High to low uncertainty avoidance culture. High uncertainty avoidance culture that include a population with majority of people who do not tolerate risk, avoid the unknown, and are most comfortable when the future is relatively predictable and certain, right? It means the culture, the people who don't want to bear any sort of risk, they try to do the action as per plan. This type of culture, if you identify in any country, it is called high uncertainty avoidance culture. This type of country include United States, Australia, Canada are there. While low certainty uncertainty avoidance culture include population with a majority of people who are comfortable with the acceptance of unknown and tolerate risk and unpredictability. It means if you are curious about taking any sort of risk, the people, almost majority of people who want to take risk, who want to bear any sort of unpredicted situation, it is called low uncertainty avoidance culture. For example, Italy, Japan, Israel, China, also these are the country identify under low uncertainty avoidance culture. High to low power distance culture. High power distance culture include leaders and follower rarely interact as a equal, right? It means we can identify a huge difference between follower and leader. For example, Mexico, Spain, Japan, France, these are the country where you can identify a leader and follower, both are separate one. There is a huge difference in the form of power, authority, role, right? While in low power distance culture include the leader and follower member interact and work very closely. They have equal rights and equal power. For example, Germany, United States, and Ireland, it is example of this type of country. A long term and short term oriented culture. A long term oriented culture include people have a future oriented view of life and are uh, 30 35 and persistent persistence in achieving goal. For example, most Asian countries, it is identified as a long term oriented culture. A short term oriented culture include people hold value that express a concern for maintaining personal happiness and living for the present. It means they are the people focusing on present. They are try to live happy in present uh, without considering a future willingness. For example, most European countries and United States. Um, implication of implication for leadership practices. The growing diversity of the workforce and the increased globalization of marketplace create need for leader with a multicultural background and experience. Multicultural leader possess a completeness that enables them to relate effectively to end and motivate people across race and gender, age, social state, and nationality. Uh, Cross cultural and international joint venture study often identify cultural differences as the cause of many uh, interpersonal difficulty, including conflict and poor performance. The leader role in avoiding ethical standard. What type of role played by leader uh, for the purpose of avoiding ethical standard that include various tools is given, that include code of ethics, ethical committees, training program, disclosure mechanism, etc. uh, Organizational practices that foster an ethical work environment include code of ethics, as we discussed earlier, a written statement of the form position on ethical or moral issue, several as a serve as a benchmark, as a standard for the purpose of finishing a behavior of employee. uh, Code of ethics are now included in mission statement of almost all organization. Here the key component of code of ethics ethical program is given, that include leaders model expected behavior. Ethics is a core element of corporate culture. It everyone practice in creating the guideline. Ethics is discussed openly. Rules are applied constantly within the organization. Our next topic, authentic leadership. What is authentic leadership? Here the concept of authentic leadership is defined. It is a psychological construct that focus on knowing, accepting and acting in accordance with one's core value, belief, emotion and preferences. It means you have to understand the culture. Authentic leadership, it means you have as a leader, you have to know the culture, you have to accept the norms of the culture, and you have to act according to the cultural norm. It is called authentic leadership. A characteristic is defined here, that include hold themselves to higher standard of integrity, character and accountability, have an introspective quality that allows them to reflect on whether their actions are consistent with who they are, ensuring that their value and ethic take precedence over external procedure. Try to convey a message of hopefulness, optimism and resiliency to their follower. Component of ethical leadership that include component of authentic leadership that include a self-awareness. It means the authentic leader are self-aware about all the procedure, all the practices, all the core value which is accepted by organization. Is a process wherein one come to understand one's unique talent, strength, sense of purpose, core value, belief and desire. Balanced information processing. Authentic leader is an leadership is an objective view of one's true self by balancing both positive and negative attribute and qualities. Value match to action. Here the leaders match their values to the action which is taken by the leader. Rational and transparency. You can also identify the rationality within the authentic leader as well as transparency in the form of information in the authentic leader. Next topic, how authentic leader influence follower behavior and attitude. Follower take their cue from the leaders they trust. In the leaders affect their attitude and behavior. We always we know that always the leader create either positive or negative impact on a follower. Here the follower just try to adapt the value system which is adopted by a leader, right? So here's in a same manner authentic leader can influence the behavior of their follower and attitude of their follower. Changing workplace demography, increasing ethical and racial diversity, more disabled worker, more uh, gen- generation generational diversity in the form of age. For example, traditionalists in 1945, baby boomers 1946 to 1964, generation xer 1965 to 1980, millennial 1981 to 2000. A greater likelihood exists that individuals will find themselves leading or understanding the leadership of some of demographically different from them. It means you can identify the impact of demographic nature on the style of leadership. You can identify a various type of leader according to the time span of whole period, right? So here the demographic nature of people also create impact on leadership, and it changes the workplace demography. What are the benefit of embracing diversity? Diversity management practices can offer a company a marketing advantage. It means if you have a diversified workforce, then you can create a positive impact on your marketing activity. Next, provide access to large pool of workforce from which to recruit, train, retain, and supervise performance. If you if you if you want to recruit many people, right, and you are don't consider the language barrier, that if you are not believing on any sort of discrimination, you are just try to bring proper talent from large pool, then it give a best manpower, best candidate for you. So it provide such sort of opportunity, can be cost effective in increasing job satisfaction, organizational commitment, while reducing turnover and absenteeism when diverse group feel valued for their contributions, may provide a broader and deeper base of creative problem solving and decision making. If you have a manpower with a diversified culture, then the people have a different mindset, a different ability, different innovative practices, different creativity, and it creates the problem solving ability of the organization. The downside of diversity, a negative outcome that can result if workforce diversity is not effectively managed or left unmanaged are, if you are not able to manage your diversified portfolio of manpower, then it create problem for organization. And these are the list of problem that include lower morale. Second thing, increased turnover, increased turnover of your manpower. Next one, internal and external communication problem among employee due to diversified languages. Increased organizational and interpersonal conflict due to diversified people, and diverse team may be less cohesive. It means if you are creating diversified team, it create a loss for your organization in the form of time, money, resources. How to create a pro diversity culture for a organization to embrace and value diversity. The concept itself must be embedded in the culture of the organization. That is why diversity expert and scholar emphasize the importance of corporate leadership and organization wide practices. The best companies look beyond diversity compliance, with its focus on simply managing the number, to diversity institutionalization with its focus on result. Organizational philosophy, for diversity to succeed, an organization must develop pro-diversity mindset that include unambiguously deserve as and kind of discrimination goes beyond responding to legislative mandate, remove policy and cheeses practices that foster or allow the development stereotype and prejudice such as ethnocentric belief that glass ceiling effect an unfriend work environment. It means uh, this type of glass ceiling we can identify in most of the countries where we can identify huge difference between a woman, a working woman, and the leader, right? Various obstacle problem are there, uh, include uh, for the purpose of achieving diversity, that include anthrocentric ethnocentric problem is the belief that one's own group or subculture is naturally superior to other group and culture. Pursue a homogeneous culture. It is called anthrocentric. If you are believing that your group is superior than any other group, it is called ethnocentric, right? It's anthrocentricism. Uh, it produces homogeneous culture, means you are just try to create equal group. The glass ceiling, the meaning of glass ceiling is given, is an invisible barrier that separate women and minorities from the top leadership position. It means if you are not allowing any woman or minority to take position as a leader, it is called glass ceiling. Remain pervasive problem in corporate America. You can identify this type of problem in America where no lady can take the position of leader. Also, no minority people who belong to minority are not able to take position into leaders position. Diversity awareness training and leadership education. Diversity awareness training technique include training sessions are aimed at increasing people's awareness of and empathy for people from different culture and background. Means these are the purpose of diversity training technique. Diversity training session include a role play is there, self-assessment activity are there, sensitive project are there. Training program can last a hour or day. It may be for a short period or for a long period, like a day is there. The effect of globalization on diversity leadership. What is impact of globalization on diversity leadership? As firms become more globalized, they are becoming more ethnical and culturally diversified. A global labor market with a diverse cross-culture workforce is emerging, dominated by Brazil, Russia, India, and China, BRIC countries. Collaboration among firm, supplier, and financial institution is increasing. The critical importance of understanding cultural differences, and learning to deal effectively with partners from different culture or different countries. It means the globalization play a vital role in diversified culture. Here, due to globalization, there are lot of organization, there are lot of partner, there are lot of supplier come to our in a local market for the purpose of doing business, so it create a diversified culture. Also, nowadays you can identify lot of people who are working from abroad for our company in local market. So here you are identify local global labor market. So it is a you can say it is impact of globalization on diversified culture. Thank you so much.